Okay, welcome back to Creating a Powerful You. This is one of the most important modules of Millionaire School, so do not skip any of this. There's going to be an exercise at the end, and I'm telling you, this is, again, it's one of the most powerful exercises that you will go through in your entire career of network marketing. And so I'm going to ask you, just to start out, who are you? And chances are, if you, by just having that question thrown at you, you would say something like, I'm a father, or you might tell me your name. You might tell me something like your job. You're an attorney. You're a carpenter. Or maybe you'd say, I'm a parent. I'm a daddy. I'm a mommy. And if those are your definitions, that's great. But if that's the only definition for yourself, your own definition for who you are is pretty average, just like everyone else. And guess what? It's no surprise that if you define yourself as something just average, you're going to end up getting average results just like the rest of the world. And what's even worse than that is if your definition for yourself is something negative, maybe because of past experiences or, just how you see yourself. So if in the past you've always produced at a below average level, you might tend to define yourself as an underachiever. And, this is something that I really, really want you to get. See, based on your own definition for yourself, you tend to act out. You tend to look for, and you even encourage other people to look for things that are going to keep you aligned with that definition. So if you remember the law of consistency and commitment that we talked about earlier, that's a law of human nature that says we are committed to remaining consistent with who we believe we are. And who we believe we are is largely based on the definitions that you have for yourself. So if you define yourself as average, you get average results. Now, if you define yourself as an underachiever, you get even less than average results. See, you can only get powerful results consistently over time when you begin to define yourself as someone who is powerful. Now, if you've never taken the time to define who you are, listen, don't feel bad. Most people haven't either. This is not something at all that we're taught in school, and I also believe why most people live very average lives. Most people they're like ping pong balls in the ocean. They're just bouncing around. They have no direction because they have no power. They have no strength, no force to push themselves through the waters to get where they want to go. Now, here's a simple but powerful quote. You are who you say you are. Write that down and live with that. In your networking career, you are who you say you are. You are powerful when you say you're powerful. You're a leader when you say you're a leader. You are a force to be reckoned with when you say you are. So with that understanding, let's get into the process of creating some powerful definitions for who you are. And an important point before we get into this is that the best way to define yourself is to write down how you want to be remembered. What do you want other people to think about you when you're gone? So to start the exercise, think about who you'd like to be positively remembered by. So your children, maybe your spouse, maybe your friends, or maybe the network marketing community. Next, define what kind of person you want to be remembered as. So what do you want your legacy to be? And keep in mind, these definitions have nothing to do with the results or the lack of results that you've created in the past. So this is not who you were. This is about who you want to become, and you want to be who you want to be remembered as. So your past has nothing to do with your future unless you let it. Now, I'll give you some of the definitions that I created for myself years ago, and I'll tell you, when I created these definitions for myself, they did seem a little bit awkward, and I'm just going to go through some of these. Number one, I am the leader that every other leader is looking for, and I felt amazingly awkward because when I started that, I had never produced full-time results in network marketing. But what I finally realized was until I defined myself as someone who is a leader that every other leader is looking for, I would never get the results. And I'll just tell you, the math in network marketing. See, there's two types of math in network marketing that we're really not taught. Number one is follower math. And so if you're a follower and you can only recruit other followers, you grow by addition. Now, addition is painful. It is grueling. It's a struggle. It's a grind. You're just digging and digging and digging, constantly digging this ditch. Now, you could also get to the point where you're a leader, but you recruit other followers. Now, you'll be a lot better at recruiting followers. You can recruit them faster, but again, that is still growing by addition. See, the math that you want in network marketing is multiplication, and the only way that you get multiplication is by you recruiting leaders. And guess what? In order to recruit leaders, you have to become one. And what's interesting is when I started defining this and I started affirming this became an affirmation. Every time I went in to do a presentation, I was saying to myself, Matt, you are the leader that every other leader is looking for. I am the leader that every other leader is looking for. And I would say that over and over and over. You know what started to happen is I started to get really powerful people that would jump on board with me. Now, let me give you another definition that's really outside the realm of network marketing. I am super daddy. See, I had someone ask me when my wife was pregnant, they said, Matt, you've been super businessman over the last, few years. Now that you're becoming a daddy, are you going to be super businessman? Or are you going to be super daddy? And my answer, which I didn't have to think long, was both. So I'm going to be a super business guy, and I'm also going to be super daddy. I just believe we can live a life with no limitations. And so because this is my definition for myself, super daddy, it causes me to act in that manner. So sometimes maybe I come home after, traveling overseas for a week. Maybe I've done a 3 or 4 country tour over the last 10 days, and I come home and I'm worn out, and all I want to do is get in my bed and go to sleep. But my children, now that I have 3 children, they want to spend time with daddy. And so I got to put super daddy hat on. I got to, gear up and be super daddy for my children, because that's what I want them to remember me by, is super daddy. Now, another one, I am an adventurer. I love adventure. And so, this causes me to seek out adventures. And because I want to go see the world, I want to go live this rich, full life, by creating a definition for myself as an adventurer, I'm obviously more likely to have that happen. I'm a world famous speaker and author. See, when I wrote that down, I was so far from becoming anything close to that. In fact, even today, if you look at my results right now, I may not be known by millions and millions and millions of people yet, but again, if I want to have that result, I better create that as a definition for myself. I'm a legend in the network marketing industry. Again, by me having that as my definition, that's going to manifest itself in my results. Now, next, I'm a millionaire creator. See, it's not just about me becoming a millionaire. I've got the power to go out and turn other people into millionaires. That makes my life amazingly rich, amazingly full, because, again, I think I've said it earlier, is I don't believe in life fulfillment. It doesn't come from what you get. It comes from what you give. And so having the power to go out and be a millionaire creator, that's something that inspires me. See, here's another one. I am the motivator to the motivators. It's one thing to motivate followers, but I want to motivate the leaders, because, again, I want to have multiplication. I don't want to just grow by thousands. I don't just want to grow by tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands. I want to build an organization with millions and millions and millions of people. And so I'm positioning myself mentally to be the motivator to even other motivators. I'm training other people to train others, to train others, to train others. And so that's what it's all about, to create that legacy. Here's another one. I'm the best there's ever been and the best there ever will be. Now, I'm saying this, I hesitated even giving you this definition, of telling you this is one of my definitions, but with full transparency, I wanted to give it to you, because even today, when I look at that definition today, I realize right now there are other people who have built bigger organizations than me. They've made more money than me. But listen, the game is not over yet. And if I want to become the best there's ever been and the best there ever will be, I better say it. Now, here's another one. My last one I'll give you here is I live life vicariously through myself. See, most people, they spend their whole life looking at other people and saying, oh, wow, what a great life. They live vicariously through others. I don't want to do that. I want to live life vicariously through myself. See, if someone else deserves to go see all seven wonders of the world, so do I. If someone else deserves to be an inspiration to millions of other people, so do I. If someone else deserves to have the best there is in life, so do I. And my friend, so do you. There's no reason why you can't have this, but it all is going to come from you taking the time to actually define yourself. Now, there's good news and there's bad news. See, the bad news is creating these definitions is easy. That's only step one. It's a pretty easy process to, get inspired and say, all right, who do I want to remember me? How do I want to be remembered by? What do I want my legacy to be? And you write those definitions down. See, anyone can write the definitions, but to become whole with those definitions, for that to really be aligned with your identity and for that to become who you are, your actions are going to have to be consistent with these definitions. See, actions reinforce belief, and the more actions that you take to cement these definitions into who you are, the more that they become you. Now, as we finish out the module here, I just want to make a statement. All the power to define you is within you. So if you've had less than ideal parents, maybe less than ideal teachers, friends, siblings who put a less than desirable label on you, and you let that define you to this very day, it is time to stop giving away power to what other people say about you. It's also time to stop letting your past results in life define who you are, and it's time to stop letting your current circumstances define who you are. So as we close out the module, stop. Do not move forward to the next module until you've created these definitions for your life. This is where you've got to put in the work. See, as Jim Rohn said, you can't pay someone to do your push-ups for you. If you want to be a millionaire and you want to live the lifestyle that comes from being a top producer in network marketing, you cannot shortcut the process. I have created multiple millionaires in network marketing. Trust me, I know the process. And if you want to have that, you're going to have to go through it. So get out your pen and let's start creating the powerful you that you know you are.